All right, let her. Well, hold on.
Are we live?
I believe we are live. If you want to let her rip.
Welcome to Dem Boyz, a podcast that isn't quite sure when it's on the air and is also still trying to remember that one country artist from that one YouTube channel that he saw that one time. We're one Saints fan and one Cowboys fan, one fan of Who Dat and one fan of Dat Win. We're here to give weekly takes, game recaps, bad betting picks, game previews, and the occasional Seinfeld reference.
This week, in honor of Nick Kurtz having what may have been the single greatest offensive performance in baseball history, we will be choosing players from his alma mater, Wake Forest, also the alma mater of the big fundamental, Tim Duncan.
Also the alma mater of the player that I thought was going to be a very, very awesome linebacker, Aaron Curry, who turned out to be not good.
The Seattle Seahawk legend, Aaron Curry, yeah.
Yep.
This week, our patron saint is Atorian A.T. Perry. Perry was selected in the 6th round, 195th overall in the 2023 NFL Draft by the Saints. In 2023, Perry played 10 games, starting 3 of those games. He caught his first touchdown in a Week 10 loss to the Minnesota Vikings, another touchdown in a Week 15 loss to the Los Angeles Rams, and 2 touchdowns in a Week 18 victory over the rival Atlanta Falcons, a game that would be most remembered for Arthur Smith almost assaulting Dennis Allen after Jamal Williams scored a meaningless touchdown with a minute left. All totaled that season, Perry had 12 catches for 246 yards with 4 touchdowns. He was waived by the Saints on October 4th, 2024. He signed October 8th, 2024 to the Denver Broncos practice squad. On January 13th of 2025, he signed a reserve future contract with Denver. However, at this time, at the time of training camp, he was put on the physically unable to perform, otherwise known as the PUP list.
Our patron Cowboy this week is none other than Kyle Wilbur. He was drafted by the Cowboys in the 4th round of the 2012 draft out of Wake Forest, and he would spend 6 years in Dallas playing in a rotation role that included a brief stint at defensive end under defensive coordinator Rod Marinelli. He collected 3.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 5 fumble recoveries. Oddly enough, both his first season with the Cowboys and his last season with the Cowboys included a 42-17 loss to the Broncos. Following the 2017 season, he signed with the Raiders in free agency for 2 years and $2 million. He would play there for 4 years, eventually signing another $2 million deal with the Raiders, before retiring in 2021, a season in which he only appeared in 2 games. Since retiring, he's coached for the Green Bay Packers, serving as a special teams quality control coach in 2023 and 2024 before joining Kellen Moore's staff in New Orleans as the assistant special teams coach. That's not the assistant to the special teams coach. It's the assistant special teams coach. So he will be. There is a little bit of an actual crossover here.
There you
Kyle
go.
Wilbur.
Welcome aboard, Kyle. I'm Paul, the Saints fan.
I'm Brandon, the Cowboys fan.
We're your hosts. Now it's go time.
It's go time. What? You've been married 3 times.
That's it. It's go time. All right. So we are live on YouTube. I did just check. We are live on YouTube. And yes, there's a country artist whose name I cannot remember. If at some point in this broadcast, if I just randomly yell out a name, you'll know why.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. And I feel really bad too, because like this guy I'm thinking of wrote a song, or he spent time in Louisiana, and he like worked in and around where I grew up, and he wrote a song about his time there. And so I interacted with him on Twitter, and he even like wrote back to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I loved my time there," and whatever. Like, he was really, really nice guy, super nice guy. So it's really killing me that I can't remember this guy's name. Anyway, that notwithstanding, we'll get into more of that here, but let's get through a few housekeeping items here. If you want to contact the show, you can do so via email, blesseddemboys, BLESSDEMBOYZ @gmail.com. We're still on X, bless_dem_boys. I'm at Paul Elliott _316, PAULELLIOTT. Brandon is still at Ball from Grace. We're still on Blue Sky. Got to figure out, we say it every week, but one of these weeks we're there.
The account exists.
The account exists. Reach out to us. We might get back to you.
One of these days.
As I said, we're streaming live on YouTube right now, but you can also check us out on Apple and Spotify as well. So thank you for doing so. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a rating and review. We're starting our divisional previews next week, so we'd like to get as many people on board for that as we can. Getting into the season, we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary here in September. So thanks for keeping up with us. Thanks for joining us. But tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell the bots. I think the bots are still with us, Brandon.
I think so.
I think they're hanging in there. All right, we'll get to the football, sports portion of the program. But we here at Bless Them Boys do pride ourselves on being able to discuss other things.
Well, enough about fish. I can't discuss other things.
That's right. Brandon, do you want to kick us off? Why don't you start with the topic that sent me down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out who this country artist is.
So I don't have a lot going on this week. It was a pretty chill week because we've got a bunch of stuff coming up, and we had a bunch of stuff before, and so like this weekend was kind of like just a easy weekend. But I did kick off this week on Friday by listening to the new Tyler Childers album, Snipe Hunter, which is really good. Probably it's been a little while since he's released kind of like a traditional music album. He's done a couple of other things that were more like his take on gospel, his take on I guess more rockabilly stuff.
Okay.
Rustin' in the Rain, I think would be considered that. But this album was really good. I've actually listened to it in the gym today, and was several songs that I liked. He re-recorded Onita, which is one of his songs that he'd had out that had previously, but had been just like a live recording sort of thing. And so he recorded it. And the album was produced by Rick Rubin, who's like one of the most super famous producers. So it's really good. He also did like a re-recording of another song he had live, which was Nose on the Grindstone. He's got other couple of songs that are really good. Down Under's really good. Cutting Teeth is good. Watch Out. And then, what was the other one? Oh, Biting List, which is a song about if I ever get rabies, you're really high on my the people that I would bite is basically the story.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
So definitely recommend checking it out. Really good to have like him kind of getting back to his roots with the like singer-songwriter stuff. So that was how I kicked off Friday. Saturday we went to a kid's birthday party. That's always fun. And then I did keep up over the weekend with the Rangers and the Braves, who swept them pretty handily. They had one game go into extra innings that the Rangers won by 1, but the other games were not particularly close. I think the Braves are pretty decimated at this point. But they've climbed back into they've lost a couple of games against the Angels the past couple of nights. The one last night they had double the hits as 2 times the hits that the Angels had, and they still managed to lose. So probably shouldn't have lost that one. But they've climbed back. They're really close in the wild card race now. I think they're a game and a half back of Seattle, 4.5 back of the Astros, who are struggling a bit right now.
Yeah,
Kind of
a little bit.
As we talked about Nick Kurtz, who put them through who put the Astros through the ringer. You were not there for that game, Paul, but I believe
I was not.
But you were there for another game.
I was gonna get to that. So Friday. So they got swept by the Athletics. Can't even call them the Oakland Athletics anymore.
The Sackletics.
Yeah. Well, no. So Friday night, Nick Kurtz goes 6 for 6, 4 home runs. We went to the Saturday night game, my wife and I, because it was Stephen F. Austin State University alumni night. Got this pretty nifty. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing my
Axum Jacks.
It's Axum Jacks. I'm wearing my my jersey that I got to commemorate the night. But what was funny was like on the scoreboard. So usually in the past, when the Athletics would play the Astros, you have OAK for Oakland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they put ATH for Athletics. They don't even put because there's no because there's no because they're eventually going to go to Las Vegas, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
That's the plan. I will say when so Saturday night, Hunter Brown, who's been the Astros' best pitcher or most consistent pitcher, I would say, he started. Kurtz was batting second. The first at bat, he walked, but then Rooker, I think it's Brent Rooker,
who is from Memphis,
and who was in the home run derby. He ended up doubling home Kurtz in the first inning. So, the Astros went like 2 weeks with letting they allowed their opponent to score first for like 2 weeks in a
2 straight weeks,
2 weeks in a row, 2 straight weeks or something like that.
That's not.
But no, it is not. So they got swept by the Athletics, who were in last place. Then Monday night they lose to the Nationals,
who are also very bad.
But then last night my wife went to the game with a friend of hers because it was Harry Potter night.
Oh.
And she got her Gryffindor Houston Astros cap. But they won that game.
So your wife is a Gryffindor?
She is. Yeah.
See, I consider myself more of a Ravenclaw.
Well, she took the test. She did the whole.
I've done plenty of tests. I've always ended up in either Ravenclaw. I've always ended up in either Ravenclaw or Slytherin, but usually Ravenclaw.
I believe I ended up in Hufflepuff.
That's where Cedric Diggory is.
Yes. Yeah.
The Honey Badgers.
Honey Badgers.
I always point out. So like the colors in the houses are like Gryffindor is like burgundy and gold, or maroon and yellow, and then the Slytherin is like green and silver, and then Ravenclaw is like blue and silver. And so you've got like 3 of the NFC East teams there, and then you got yellow and black.
Okay.
You remembered.
I found it. I finally found it.
All right, let's hear the big reveal.
The guy's name is Travis Meadows.
Not familiar with his work.
Not familiar with Travis Meadows. Okay, so he wrote a song. The song that I heard from him that was on Michael Palsamino. Michael Palsamano has a Palmansano. I'm butchering his name. Michael, if you're watching, I apologize.
Mister.
He has a YouTube channel where he highlights artists. He'll just pick a song, pull up the YouTube video, and do like an instant reaction type deal. And he did a song by Travis Meadows. The song was called Sideways, and it was it's heavy stuff. Like because he's talking about, I think he wrote it while he was in rehab for alcoholism, and I want to say he spent time in and around where I grew up. But
with the alcoholism,
right. No. So Travis Meadows is the artist. So check check him out. I mean, his songs are not. I wouldn't say I've listened to one of his albums, and it's not. I wouldn't say cheerful, but they're well done songs.
So the last name Meadows is not like indicative of what you should think about when you're listening to music.
No. But anyway, so we solved the case.
There we go.
We solved that case. All right, so
you don't.
So yeah,
you solve a case. You don't crack it, Jim. Crack has a pejorative connotation. Do you remember? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Is this from The Office?
From The Office. Yeah.
Okay. When you said Jim, I just presumed.
Yeah, it's kind of a isn't
it? I should have brought my my new coffee cup I got. So on Saturday, before we went to the Astros game, we took my kids. My daughters are currently in Louisiana with my mom. So on Saturday we drove to Beaumont to meet my mom, to drop them off, and then had lunch with my mom. And we had lunch at a Cracker Barrel, and we were in the gift shop before we ate, and I found a coffee cup that is it has Dwight's face on the back, and it says on one side and it says false, and on the other side it's got like a tie.
Black bears
and like
which bears are best?
False.
Black bears.
But yeah, so I have a new. I should have used or should have brought it out to show you. But anyway, so we did that. So then we dropped off the girls with my mom. They went off to Louisiana. We came back here with my son. My sister-in-law came over to watch my son while we went to the Astros game. Excuse me. And then just a quick update on my Criterion challenge. Knocked out a couple movies from that. So only 2 this week that I knocked out. So one was watch a film that will be added to the physical collection in 2025. I watched a movie called You Can Count on Me. This is it's actually celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. It's from the year 2000. Stars Laura Linney and Mark Ruffalo. Not Mike Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. This is kind of Ruffalo's first big role. So obviously people know him now as the Incredible Hulk, and he was also in Spotlight. And but this movie is directed. You Can Count on Me is directed by the same gentleman who directed a movie called Manchester by the Sea, which I probably have talked about on the show before.
Yeah, I read that was one of those movies where I read the synopsis and that was a didn't watch, don't want to watch.
Yeah. This movie is it's along the same lines of Manchester by the Sea in that it's very it's
heavy?
tough. It's heavy. I don't think it's as heavy as Manchester by the Sea, but
that's a pretty high bar to clear.
Right. Well, yeah, fair enough. But so Ruffalo and Laura Linney play brother and sister whose parents pass away when they're young, and then the movie jumps ahead 30 years and kind of catches up with them, how they are handling or not handling what happened, if that makes sense. And then Rory Culkin, so the third the other Culkin,
the other
not
Culkin,
not Macaulay,
not Joe Burrow.
Yeah, not Pavarotti, not Domingo, the other guy.
The third Culkin. That's my favorite Culkin.
Yeah. He plays Laura Linney's son. So just nice to see him, I guess.
Have you before you move on to the next one? I have one question because this popped into my head. So have you have Netflix, correct?
I do. Yeah.
Have you heard about this documentary? Amy Bradley is Missing.
It rings a bell, but I haven't. I haven't watched it.
I think I'm going to make my wife watch this with me because it sounds fascinating, and everyone says it's awesome. I think it's a 3-part documentary series, and so I think this is something I'm going to force my wife to watch with me. So apparently, this woman disappeared from a cruise ship. And like,
yes, I did hear about this.
Yeah, no one knows what happened to her. And then like also people have like seen her after the supposed disappearance, and there's all these stories, and so there's like so many open questions. So I'm kind of interested to watch. I want to watch this.
Yeah, I think maybe Bill Simmons was talking about it on his show this week or something. But yeah, no, I definitely have heard of it. So that was one. You Can Count on Me was one, and then from the 1930s, I watched It Happened One Night, which I believe won the Oscar the year it came out. It stars Clark Gable and oh gosh, I can't remember the female lead's name. I want to say it's Claudette. Clark Gable, you might know him from Gone with the Wind. He was, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You might also know him from the song in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We do scenes and chorus scenes impersonate Clark Gable.
Yep. Claudette Colbert was the female.
No relation to Stephen?
I don't think so. But now that you mention it, maybe it is. I'm sure somebody's screaming at their podcast.
Of course.
Saying, of course she is, you idiot. But I can't find any acknowledgement of that just on a quick search here. But basically, Claudette Colbert plays a character named Ellie Andrews, who's comes from wealth. She has married this king behind her or without her father's approval. Her father wants her to get this marriage annulled, so she runs away to be with this king. The father puts out like a all points bulletin. Tries somebody APB. I think puts out like a $10,000 reward for her return. And then Clark Gable is this reporter who just so happens to run into Claudette or Ellie as she's in the process of escaping. And then they kind of form a relationship, and, it becomes this romantic comedy slash like a road trip movie almost, like, if that makes sense. And so, and it's, it's the 1930s, so it's a little dated, I'll say, but still, it's really good.
I would be very impressed if something from the 30s was not dated.
Right. No, it's yeah. So I would definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't checked it out. I did want to mention we talked about Christopher Nolan last week, because I think we both, independent of each other, watched some Christopher Nolan films, but it's his birthday today. I believe that's the day we're recording this.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday to Mr. Nolan. So in honor of his...
Celebrating a birthday yesterday would be one Mr. Dak Prescott.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
Did you get him anything? Did you send him any?
No, it seemed like he. What do you get the man that has everything?
Exactly. You can get Michael Parsons a contract, I guess, but we'll talk about that later.
That's a little out of my price range.
But in honor of Mr. Nolan's birthday, I watched probably one of his forgotten movies, which is Insomnia, which stars Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Ties in because we talked about Robin Williams last week
and Christopher Nolan last week, so we got all sorts of ties.
It's man. I every time I revisit this movie, I forget how good it is. And I have it. I think when we did our rankings, I have it like second to last in the Nolan rankings. But I mean, that's just because
everything else he does is awesome.
So it's almost unfair. Although I did, after rewatching it this time, I'm like, I think this might be better than Dark Knight Rises. Like, it might be.
Whoa.
Yeah, because that's what I have.
I love Dark Knight Rises.
I'm aware.
I am aware.
I am aware.
You've lost a lot of hair.
I am aware. Then I also watched, I mentioned last week, I think, that I was going through the films of Paul Thomas Anderson. I finished my Paul Thomas Anderson filmography. I watched a movie called Licorice Pizza, which I enjoyed very much. It's a very good movie. Stars Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, Cooper Hoffman. And it also stars Elena Haim, who's a singer. She's a singer.
The band? Like the band Haim?
Yeah. So Alana, is it Alana or Elena? Alana Haim. Her character in the film is named Alana Kane. But anyway, so she's the female lead. So basically, Cooper Hoffman plays this. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I didn't even know she was an actress. I just know the band.
I think this is the only film she's done, honestly. But Cooper Hoffman plays a high school student. Alana Haim plays an older woman who they meet because she works for like the company that's doing school pictures. So Cooper Hoffman kind of, what do the kids say, rizzes her up, but then she's like, you're 15 and I'm 25. Like this can't happen. This is, and then Cooper Hoffman's kind of one of these, his character's one of these kind of entrepreneurial type of kids. So he's always like
hustling,
trying to get the next scam. And it's set in like 1970s, San Fernando Valley type, and so there's the oil crisis comes in and that plays a factor into it. So I would definitely recommend, but the highlight of it, as it is with a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson movies, is the soundtrack. Yeah.
Does Haim does Haim have a song on the soundtrack?
I don't think so. They stick mostly like 70s music. They stick to like music of the time. And Johnny Greenwood does some of the other incidental music, like the but I would definitely recommend this. I really enjoy, I put this, if you've seen Boogie Nights, it's kind of in that same vein.
Okay.
Obviously different subject matter. Like it doesn't deal with the porn industry, for example, but if you like Boogie Nights, I definitely would recommend checking out Licorice Pizza. And he's got his new movie coming out here less than 2 months now for One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Can I ask, did they actually eat licorice pizza in the movie?
No, it's weird. I don't even think they mentioned the term, honestly. Like,
well, what's the title from then?
I don't know. I may have missed it. I probably need to go back and rewatch it because I think originally it was supposed to be called Soggy Bottom because at one point Cooper Hoffman's character sells.
That just makes me think of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, so at one point Cooper Hoffman's character sells waterbeds, and at one point he says, "Oh, this is our latest model, the Soggy Bottom," or whatever. So, but yeah. So if anybody, reach out. Again, somebody's probably.
I did a quick Google search, Paul. Apparently, Licorice Pizza was a Los Angeles record chain. And so, like, there you go. Vinyl records, they're black, and then they are round, like Licorice Pizza.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. But no, I highly, even though I didn't know what it was about, I definitely recommend checking it out. Then speaking of Cooper Hoffman, I watched a film starring his dad, his late father, Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's called Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. So it's Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ethan Hawke play brothers who decide to rob their parents' jewelry store.
Okay.
And
hijinks.
It does. I wouldn't call it hijinks. It's definitely not a funny movie. Okay. But yeah, let's just say things don't go as planned, and there's consequences. I'll just say it's directed by Sidney Lumet, who he directed like things like Dog Day Afternoon, 12 Angry Men. Like,
did you ever see? Speaking of like heist movies, did you ever see Hell or High Water?
Oh yeah, it's been a while. I need to go back and rewatch it. It's been a while, but But yeah, this movie, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, I had heard good things about it. Here, I'll just read you the kind of the synopsis here from IMDb. When two brothers organize the robbery of their parents' jewelry store, the job goes horribly wrong, triggering a series of events that sends them, their father, and one brother's wife barreling towards a shattering climax. So, the father is played by Albert Finney,
Okay.
who's an actor of some renown. Marissa Tomei,
Oh,
George's favorite. She's in the movie.
the one who loves funny, stocky, bald men.
You know who else is in this movie is Amy Ryan, who plays what's the lady who's the Michael Scott ends up marrying in the office?
Holly Flax.
Holly. Yeah, she's also in the movie. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. It was Sydney.
I didn't know she played anything. It was in anything other than The
Oh,
Office.
she's in the show I love, Only Murders in the Building.
Oh,
Yeah, she's in that too. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend that one. Check that one out, and then the other two more real quick. I checked out Nightmare Alley, which is kind of like a noir type film starring Bradley Cooper. He plays this con man. He happens upon a circus or a carnival, and basically takes up a job in this carnival and kind of works his way up. Makes friends with the some of the carnies, and
like the bearded
eventually,
lady.
I don't think there was a bearded lady, but there's like it's mostly like there's like the psychics, like the people who he develops, quote unquote, this skill, and he turns it into a con himself, and then he ends up things end up going sideways for him because he kind of uses it on the wrong people. Let's say he uses the con on the wrong people. So it's directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Of Pan's Labyrinth.
Yep, Pan's Labyrinth fame. But this is not really a creature movie. I would say it's not like Guillermo del Toro's movies are usually like Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, like these creature type movies. That's not what this movie is. It's more of like a noir type con man movie. It's really good. I would this is another one I would really recommend if you want to check it out. And I'm going to close out just talking about Happy Gilmore 2. Have you had a chance to check out Happy Gilmore 2?
No, and I don't know if I will, just because
okay.
I've heard it's like it is what it is, which is exactly what you expect it to be, which is just a nostalgia trip.
Yep.
And I don't know if I I liked Happy Gilmore, but it's not one of those like formative movies for me that I'm gonna like go out of my way to watch the sequel when I know kind of what it's supposed to be.
I mean it's loaded with cameos.
Yeah. I heard the story.
And look,
the story's pretty rough.
The story's rough, but I mean it was fine. I enjoyed it. My wife and I watched it together. We had a couple good laughs. A very good effort from Bad Bunny. If you know who Bad Bunny is,
I'm familiar with him. I don't listen to his music.
I don't either.
If Mr. Bunny is watching,
yeah, apologies, Mr. Bunny.
Apologies, Mr. Bunny.
But no, it was. I mean, Travis Kelce's in it, makes a cameo as well. They actually get like real golfers, like Jack Nicklaus, your guy Scheffler,
Scotty.
He's in there. Rory McIlroy. Yeah, like in fact, he's the one that got arrested, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so they make fun of that in the movie.
Yeah, everybody. Apparently, he's like pretty. He like kind of laughs about it too. Like he thinks it's funny too. And I think a lot of people have shirts that say like "free Scotty" on them.
Yeah, there's a moment in the movie where he gets restrained by police officers, and he says, "Oh no, not again," or something like that. So, anyway, no DoorDash incidents this week. Nothing to report
They
there.
really cleaned up their act. You see the power of our show, Paul. When we started this show, you were having problems every single week.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think if there were any other issues to talk about, but no, I think we're good. I think we can move on to the news and notes here.
I should tell you about my cat.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, after my wife went out of town that one week, they came back, and then middle of that week, I noticed he came over to sit by me, and he had kind of gunk in his eye.
Okay.
Slowly, this thing has been building up, and so now you know how cats have that third eyelid on the inside, like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it is swollen, so it covers about 2/3 of his eye now. And so we have taken him to the vet multiple times, and they've given us different stuff to put in his eye, and so now it's basically nothing's working, and so now we're gonna have to take him to have him drain that sucker, and hopefully it's just some sort of infection or something that they can clean up. So that's where my cat situation is.
That's
right.
Cat
is old.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's fine.
Did you have a movie to recommend for me this week? Or no? It's okay if you don't.
No, you need to. I've been meaning to tell you this. You need to watch Macbeth.
The Denzel?
Yeah,
Macbeth?
the Denzel, because you have Apple. You have Apple TV Plus.
I do. Yeah.
Put that on. That's the one.
It's been on my watch list for a while, so this is a good excuse to.
Yeah, and I meant to tell you this last week because I took my kid to see the play in Kilgore, and so we watched the movie beforehand so that I could kind of prepare for the Shakespeare talking. But it's great. I will tell you that the witches are I think the witches are kind of steal the show a little bit. But Denzel's great.
Speaking of Apple TV Plus, did you see that our beloved Ted Lasso, they're back at it. Their season 4 has started recording or shooting. Yeah.
Oh, they're shooting. Okay. So
no. Yeah.
So what'll happen is I will wait for the entire season to come on, and then I will do 1 month so I can so we can binge it really quickly.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Okay. Yeah. So what's funny is about going back to Tragedy of Macbeth for a second. So I have it on my watch list on Letterboxd, and I have it set up to where if anything on my watch list on Letterboxd becomes available to stream. I get an email that says, "Hey, this movie's now available on Hulu, or it's now whatever." Mm-hmm. So I get this email the other day that says, "Tragedy of Macbeth now available on Apple TV Plus." I'm like, "Yeah, it's always been available."
What are you talking about?
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so let's scoot over to some news and notes. Let's start with non-NFL. So we kind of went through some baseball already. Looks like you got some NBA
this
news here.
I want to say this just broke today, but the Memphis Grizzlies will be playing 2 international games this season, both against the Orlando Magic. So it'll be Desmond Bain revenge games. One of them will take place in Germany, and the other will take place in London.
Okay.
The only drawback of this is that Memphis will not have their usual MLK Day game because of the timing of this, which I kind of don't like. But I think
because that's a tradition, right?
Yeah, it is. I think they've only not had that game 2 or 3 times in the entire time that they've been in Memphis. They make it a big event. There's a symposium at the Civil Rights Museum. So they do a good job of making it a whole event instead of just a basketball game. So they make it they've done a good job with it. And so I'm disappointed that that's happening, but I do think it's a good opportunity for them to kind of like grow the brand a little. Ja's been doing this like world tour with Nike. He was in Japan and dropping new shoes and stuff. So hopefully he's healthy for those games. So we'll see if he lasts that long.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, that's true.
It's a good opportunity for the team, but I also like there is a little bit of a drawback there.
Yeah. I guess we should have brought this up in the talk about other things. So when we recorded last week, we mentioned the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne. And then I think you said something about, okay, well, who's going to be the third one? And then the next day we got the news that Hulk Hogan passed away.
Yep.
So as a kid, I don't know your relationship to wrestling, but I grew up. That was the first like thing I really watched was professional wrestling. My grandfather, my mom's dad, got me into it, and Hulk Hogan was a big part of that. Now, when I started watching, he was kind of on the downswing.
Had he already done the big heel turn?
No, he hadn't done that yet. So I caught him at the end of his WWF run, like kind of that first big run. And then when he went to WCW in '94, I followed. Well, I was watching both anyway. But yeah, and so actually when he turned heel in '96 with the NWO, I kind of stopped a little bit after that. Not necessarily because he turned heel, but it was just like I was becoming a teenager at that point. I was like, yeah,
this is fake.
You're right. Oh, I was aware.
Fake.
I've been told many times of the fraudulent nature of the business.
Let me just say though, like it is scripted, but like it takes a lot of actual physicality and like athleticism to do it. Like they're actually doing stuff. Like it's not
to quote a WWF commercial from around that time. The hazards are real.
Yes,
as they would say. But no, listen. I mean, he was. I mean, I watched him. Like I said, I kind of stopped watching when I got to college. One of my last years of college, I ended up having a roommate who was really big into wrestling, so he kind of
get back into it because of that.
Kind of got back into it a little bit, and then I got back into it more through the Laps Fan Wrestling Podcast. I think I've mentioned them on the show before, but they cover that era of like that 80s, 90s, so they talk a lot about it. And so if anybody's listening to this and you're looking for
wrestling content
about that time, the Laps Fan, you can't go wrong with them. Those guys, and they've been doing it for 10 years now. They just celebrated their 10-year anniversary last year. So I'm sure they're going to have some content about Hulk Hogan. For sure.
I'll occasionally turn on like Raw every now and then, like just when I'm like
on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I would watch it on TNT when it was on there. I guess it would be better to watch on Netflix since you don't have to deal with like commercial breaks now, right?
Right. Well, I think I watched. So what I will do now is I'll check out the pay-per-views, or they call them premium live events now, but because basically they're all on Peacock. And I had gotten Peacock to watch The Office anyway at one point, and then
go ahead. And
then I think so. I know internationally, the premium live events are on Netflix. Like everything's on Netflix. But when I first found the Laps Fan, they would do each week they would cover a different pay-per-view from back in the day, and this is when they had the WWE Network, which was like a standalone streaming service, and then eventually that got rolled into Peacock, and I think in international markets they still have WWE Network, but not in America. But yeah, I still keep up with it every once in a while. I mean, it's definitely not what it used to be from.
So they talk about it on like the Chris Vernon show. Like they talk about it, so I kind of pick up a little bit of it through osmosis. And then like we had friends in college in our dorm that were like big wrestling fans, and so one year we all got together, went out to somebody's house, like everybody pulled money for like snacks and drinks and whatever, and we just went out there. We all chipped in for the pay-per-view for WrestleMania and like just watched it and like hung out, and it was awesome, and like it was like a lot of fun. Like I love like WrestleMania is always like a good
because they'll bring in celebrities and what the other thing I'll mention, my friend that I mentioned who got me kind of back into it a little bit in college, one of the things was it was SummerSlam was coming up, which is their big. Actually, it's coming up this weekend for this year, and he was going to go watch it. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings to check it out. Do you want to come?" I said, "Sure." And it turned out to be this ties in a little bit. It turned out to be Hulk Hogan was wrestling on that show, and this turned out to be Hulk Hogan's last WWE match, like. Not his last match altogether, but the last one he would wrestle as part of the WWE. He would go on to wrestle for a company called TNA, which is still in business now. But he eventually would go on there to do that. So that's another reason how I kind of kept up with it was through Twitter. Honestly, like I would find these accounts that it's funny. Like there was an account. That was big into Seinfeld and wrestling. Like that overlap is pretty sizable. Like people who because I mean they were both big '90s things, right? I mean like late '90s. It was those are two of the biggest TV shows on television. But yeah, so yeah, we lost Hulk Hogan, and then like yesterday, it was yesterday. Ryan Sandberg passed away. This legendary second baseman for the Chicago Cubs.
You're also forgetting that we lost Chuck Mangione.
Oh yeah, the same. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him because like he passed away on the day Hulk Hogan died, and like nobody cared.
I'm worried that we're going to get a third King of the Hill related death soon because John Redcorn died.
Okay.
And then and Chuck Mangione, who was also, like randomly, and there were a bunch of like bits about him with him. In King of the Hill, like there was one. So they had this. Their Walmart was called Megalomart, and so there's one episode where you find out that Chuck Mangione's living in the Megalomart, and they're like at night,
they're
like hunting and stuff. And there was he would just pop up randomly, or his song would be playing in like out of nowhere. So I just think of him with King of the Hill. That's what I associate Chuck Mangione with. So I'm worried that we're going to get a third King of the Hill related death at some point.
Well, if we wake up tomorrow and we get some news, we'll know what
happened.
So do we want any other non-NFL news you want to talk about?
I think we can move it on to the gridiron.
To the gridiron. I'm actually watching. I've got Inside Training Camp from the NFL Network on the TV here. They're at looks like they're at Steelers camp right now.
Oh, you know what tomorrow is, Paul?
Yeah, Hall of Fame game.
Yeah,
Lions and Chargers. I went to.
Trey Lance is supposed to be.
Yeah, Cowboy legend. Yeah, Trey Lance is going to start. No word on who's going to start for the Lions. I'm guessing it's going to be Hendon Hooker or I forget who their other. But I went to one of our favorite apps, Rebet, the other day. I'm giving you a little tease here for our divisional previews that start next week. I placed one bet for each of the 32, one futures bet for each of the 32 teams. Okay. And as we go through our divisional preview, I will let you know what those bets are. But when I went there and I went to the end of the football page, I was like, I saw that they were taking bets on the Pro Football Hall of Fame game.
There's true degeneracy. What's the over under on that? Because
32 and a half is the number they have.
I might throw some money on the under just based solely on the we're getting out there.
Chargers money line is plus 109 if you're interested, if you're feeling frisky there. So yeah, so if you want to check that out. For New Orleans, for the Saints. Oh, I should mention before I'll get to the Saints here in a second. I should mention today I recorded an episode of the 32 Fans podcast with Alex and Akiva. They've been nice enough to have me on their show. I want to say this is like the 6th or 7th year in a row I've done it. So basically, what they do is they speak to one fan of each of the 32 teams. For the Saints, they choose me every year, so I appreciate that. We'll try to get maybe one of them on the show at some point.
Did they let you give the show a shout out?
Unfortunately, no, because as I told you, so the way they do it is they start a timer, and when the timer, and I think it's 32 minutes. And when the time's up, then it's up. So I didn't get a chance to shout out our show, but I'll give them a shout out.
Tell them to tag us in the tweet going.
Yeah, I'll. So the episode should drop this Sunday, I believe, is when it's. So I'll keep an eye out for it, and if anything else, I can retweet it from my account or from our account. But yeah, so shout out to those guys. But we were talking about, it's funny, so we were doing, because part of the show is we do the schedule game, where you just go game by game and win-loss type thing. And before we do that, we talked about the team, and I told him, I said, I was kind of feeling a little optimistic, but after talking to you guys, the Saints they're going to suck this year. With that, one of the things that they reminded me of was that do you remember who the leading receiver was for the Saints last season? Because I didn't. Close. He was number 2. It was Juwan Johnson with a whopping 500 yards or something like that.
Well,
total.
All of your other receivers died.
Basically. But Juwan Johnson left practice today. He had a groin injury. It does not believe to be serious. They think he'll be back in a couple days. So good news on that front. They've been splitting time evenly, or as evenly as you can, I guess, between the 3 quarterbacks. Jake Haener got a lot of the first team reps today. That does not mean that it's about to be Haener time. God help us.
Are you sure?
I will say this. I will give credit to Kellen Moore for this. He said at the beginning of camp, he said something along the lines of, "This is a competition. We're going to give all 3 guys an opportunity, and we'll see what happens." And that's what he's been doing. So. Rattler's shown some signs. Shuck's been a rookie.
Oh, Shucks.
Yeah, I'll show. By the way, so the 32 Fans guys, they kept calling him at the beginning. They called him Tyler Show or whatever, and I'm like, guys, it's Shucks. It's Shuck. I said, and then I just
put the word that Paul will be using quite a bit if he's not very.
Well, I said. Because at one point in the conversation, I said something about, well, if Shuck sucks, and they're like, oh, that's how we'll remember it.
There you go.
So I'm glad I could help those guys out. But listen, this is going to be fascinating preseason for the Saints, because you're going to see all 3 quarterbacks. I don't think even I don't. I honestly don't know when they're going to name the starter. God, who knows? But we'll see. Rattlers looked, from what I've heard from people who have been at camp, and is Rattler looks a lot more decisive this season. You know, that second year,
right?
He's making decisions quicker. He's the game's slowing down a little bit for him, and for Shuck, the game's speeding up. Like it's a little fast for him right now, especially when they put the pads on. Yeah. So I don't think. Look, it's going to be a work in progress for these guys. I think it's still Shuck's job to lose, but Rattler's not making it easy for him. It looks like. So
just so you know, I threw a couple of dollars on the over for the tomorrow night's game.
What was it? 32.5? Was that the number?
32.5.
God bless it. Where's Newman when you need him?
No. You're
gambling,
aren't you?
Oh man, that's some degenerate behavior on your part. I'm trying to think what else the Saints. I know, yeah, like I said, they apparently, one of the highlights of today's practice was they were doing like a 2-minute drill. And it was like a less than a minute situation, and they called a running back a draw play, kind of out of the blue. And Bears legend, shout out to Andy the Bears fan, Bears legend Velus Jones Jr. took it to the house on a running back draw for like.
That's certainly a name there.
And that was one of the things I said to the guys from 32 fans. If the Saints have any hope of their offense being competent, passable, it's going to be Kellen Moore. If Kellen Moore can scheme, and I use the phrase scheme around the quarterback, which just sounds ridiculous, but I mean,
scheme around the Rosie.
Exactly. So that's going to be their only hope, but we'll see. The defense, it looks like I didn't realize this until talking with the guys today, but like our secondary is pretty young now that Marshawn Lattimore's gone, Honey Badger's gone, Will Harris is gone, Paulson Adebo's gone. Like our starting corners are going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry, who's in his second year, and probably rookie Quincy Riley. Like that's going to be our starting outside corners. So, and then you got Justin Reed, who hopefully can step in and play well. Julian Blackman, we talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
But, and apparently, from what I've heard, Julian Blackman's settled in pretty nicely to start here. So, I've got to look. I feel like I'm missing somebody in the cornerback. Is it Travis Meadows? Is that who it is? No. Alante Taylor, of course. Yeah. Rico Payton, Isaac Yadam. This is our secondary that I'm talking about. Ugo Amidi. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Looks like Chase Young might be back, kind of, from what I'm hearing.
What do you mean? Is Teddy not?
Well, I mean, he had a pretty solid year last year, even though he played. I mean, and then he signed a 3-year deal in the offseason. But from what I've heard in camp, he's been like almost unblockable. Him and Carl Granderson, those are going to be our two, for lack of a better phrase, stud pass rushers. That's going to be our pass rushing duo. That's our Micah Parsons and Donovan Izaraku.
That's a poor man, a very poor man's.
A very poor man's, yeah, very poor. It's a homeless man's. Speaking of Micah Parsons, you want to take it, Brandon?
Yeah, the Cowboys signed someone to a contract, Paul. It wasn't Micah Parsons.
That's a shame.
That's a shame. Jake Ferguson signed a deal.
Micah is there, right? He is in
there.
camp.
He's in the building.
So
he's holding.
Trey Hendrickson also. Trey Hendrickson. We should mention holding in. He showed up today.
So the Cowboys signed Jake Ferguson to, I think, a 4-year, $52 million deal. I think it's the total number. I think I can't remember what like the total new money is, but I think it's like an extension basically. So they're able to kind of spread the money over a few more years. I don't think it actually like helps the cap any this year. It doesn't have like a big impact either way. But they did get that done, which I think is good, because I think if Jake Ferguson ends up having a big year this year, he probably would have gotten a bigger deal in the offseason, and you're able to keep a guy that I think Dak is comfortable throwing to, especially like over the middle of the field, guy who will go up and like kind of make those tough passes. Like Dak loves to throw a seam ball, and Ferguson is, kind of the meathead that'll go up there and take a shot to the dome to pull it down.
NFL Live is at Cowboys camp right now. I'm watching on the show. Showing Dak.
Has anybody else gotten injured in the time that we've been?
Not yet, but I haven't seen anybody. I'll keep an eye on it for you.
That is my next. It might be better that Micah Parsons is not practicing right now because of the number of injuries the Cowboys are piling up. Tyler Guyton, who they thought had initially thought had torn his ACL, ended up just being a broken bone, so he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. May be able to come back in time for week 1. It just depends on how that goes. And
Guyton was left tackle?
Left tackle. And so I think the initial thought was that they would move Tyler Smith out to left tackle and then use one of their swing their backup interior offensive linemen, because they're a little deeper there. But I think they've actually like kind of worked around there. I think they're keeping Tyler Smith at guard, and then they're using one of their other backup tackles that they like, and seeing how I think it's a guy who's like, he was a 5th round pick last year.
Let's see, we've got Asim Richards.
No, he's going to be the swing tackle.
Nate Thomas.
I think it might
Hakeem Adeniji. Matt Wilitzko.
Matt Wilitzko. No, Wilitzko I think is more of an interior.
Johnny Cornelius.
Who is that second name you read again?
Let's see. Asim Richards. Nate Thomas. Hakeem Adeniji.
How do you spell Nate Thomas?
Nate.
Space. Is this like a normal Nate Thomas?
Yeah. Nate, not Robinson. Nate as in Robinson. Thomas as in Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. Nathan Thomas is the one that I'm thinking of.
Nathan Thomas. ESPN just had him listed as Nate Thomas.
Out of college, out of Louisiana, Raging Cajun, by the way.
There you
go. So I think
boy.
Right now the hope is that they can get him enough snaps to get him ready for week 1, and then in week 1 you probably just send a bunch of tight ends, maybe some extra offensive linemen for like some heavy sets, because he's a good run blocker, but I think you worry about him in pass protection more. And so what you probably end up doing is just like, hey, if we can just help him out with sending tight ends over that way and help giving some chips, have like Lupicki helping on that side too. That's kind of your game plan for maximizing your offensive line without having to screw up too many other pieces.
So not to alarm you, okay, but I'm looking at this. So it's possible week 1, Micah Parsons, DeMarvion Overshawn, and Trayvon Diggs are not playing.
The chances that Micah Parsons are playing are like minuscule.
Fair. But Overshawn's definitely out.
Yeah, so another problem right now, and that brings me to another injury, is Kalen Carson, who coincidentally, I almost used for our patron cowboy today because he is out of Wake Forest.
Oh, there you go.
He hyperextended his knee, and so he's out 4 to 6 weeks. And you've already got Trayvon Diggs out. Josh Butler is on PUP. Siobhan Revelle, who they drafted in the 3rd round, is on the NFI list. And so you've got a lot of questions still at cornerback. There's talk about them bringing former Cowboy legend Stephon Gilmore back into the fold.
Oh.
They need a veteran presence. So I think that's an option because Gilmore's kind of like Gilmore still wants to play, and he's kind of been seen around the star recently. So I think there's interest there.
Okay.
Rob Jones, another offensive lineman who is like kind of a veteran guy. He has a neck fracture.
Ouch.
Yes. And then Deuce Vaughn has a slightly pulled hamstring.
Yeah, you sent me. I want to say you sent me a clip last week or the week before of Deuce. Deuce got loose.
The Deuce was loose.
And your boy Blue, right?
Yeah,
Your boy Blue
Blue actually made this like kind of incredible catch on a Joe Milton pass the other day. Just kind of like had to like locate the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Dove to Joe.
I did see, it wasn't that play, but I did see a Joe Milton. I think it was to.
Was it a backflip? They showed backflip. Joe Milton backflip.
No, it was a pass he threw to somebody. Maybe it's Tolbert. I don't remember. And the first thing I thought of our conversation with our guy from Locked On Cowboys was like, here we go.
Yep.
Here comes the Joe Milton talk.
So I will say in Joe Milton's defense of his backflipping, if I could do a standing backflip, I would probably do that every day too. Although you don't want to end up like this. Did you see the Savannah Bananas guy on TV?
Oh yeah, I did. Ooh. I did see this. Yeah,
that's
landing.
That's a rough look.
Rough landing. Yeah.
So one of the other things, and maybe part of the cause of all these injuries, the Cowboys have been having pretty physical practices. There have been some real brouhahas going on.
Oh.
So Schottenheimer today, he said, "Y'all want to effing fight? Then come on, get to the sideline." And he made him run sprints because he's like,
wow.
He's like, I've told you can be physical, but like you gotta like know where the line is. And so like he said that's enough. So we're running sprints. Also, Andrew Booth is apparently good now.
Hey, there you go.
Days of like multiple like pass breakups going on. So like, last year my Andrew Booth jokes were all Booth. We must be Abe Lincoln because Booth is killing us. This year we might.
Oh my God, I remember that.
We might have a different angle. I haven't seen a Booth put on this killer of a performance since our American cousin.
Man, you never miss. It's amazing.
But other than that, Miss Lincoln, how was the play?
They're showing the 2024 PFF position ranks for the Cowboys offense. Quarterback 30th, running back 24th, receiver 18th, tight end 27th, and the O-line 22nd.
That's pretty bad.
Saints were worse, probably.
There's a feather in my cap.
There you go. Alex on the show, he said the Saints became the first team to win their first 2 games by 20 or more points and then lose 7 in a row. So yeah, sounds about right.
Quite an accomplishment.
Sounds about right.
I think that's it.
Anything else from the Cowboys?
No,
okay.
I think that about covers it.
I will say it looks like David Carr is there for NFL Network at Cowboys camp. So I don't know if that's a good sign.
Speaking of people getting murdered, and
yeesh, woof. All right, let's see. What we got in the rest of the NFL going on.
I did a quick scan of the NFL headlines on ESPN and NFL.com. Kenny Pickett has an injury, so that'll throw that quarterback race in Cleveland into a real 3-man race. Race instead of a 4-horse
Did you see?
Race.
Did you see our guy Flacco was showing off the wheels the other day?
No.
He had he had to be flushed from the pocket, and he just took off running. And
his wheels are like the covered wagon wheels. Those are the wheels he's
right.
with.
Whatever works. Then I saw Shador. Like the spiel I saw about Shador was that he looks good until there's pressure. Like once there's pressure, he's kind of like Shuck, right? Like it's that's going to
think you would have that under control after the offensive line he played under in Colorado. He should be used to that.
Yeah.
Isaiah Likely is scheduled to undergo foot surgery.
I have to tell you, when I looked in the notes and it said likely foot surgery, I was like, who? Who's got a likely?
Who is it? Where's the
subject? Yeah. They're actually showing that on.
Maybe I'll likely have foot surgery.
Yeah, they're showing that on NFL Network right now. It says he could.
I didn't see a timeline though.
Well, I just saw they think 6 weeks. He could be ready for week 1 at Buffalo. So we'll see. What's up with Cam Ward?
Cam Ward apparently came out and said that their offense currently looks rather mid. So
okay.
Apparently things are not going well over in Tennessee.
I'm sure Brian Callahan loved to hear that. Well, actually, he probably was like, "What does mid mean?"
I have finished going through the Tennessee Titans schedule and doing their win losses. I'm not sure if you're ready for what I have them marked up as because I have their offense quite a bit a little bit worse than mid.
Yeah, spoiler alert: they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
in my. Or at least I don't have them making the playoff. That's actually one of the games I do have the Saints winning is at Tennessee late in the season.
Spoiler alert, I do have them finishing ahead of the Browns.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Not by much.
Not by much.
Yeah, me too. Let's see, what else we got? Zach Moss released? Was that?
Yeah, he was. I think he was on the PUP list because he ended the year last year. Like he signed a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Bengals, and then had a neck injury last year. And I think he's still on the PUP list now.
Okay.
Moss is actually one of the running backs that the Cowboys new analytics office wanted them to go after last year, but I think the Bengals just ended up shelling out more cash. So I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys kind of already have a stocked up running back room, so I don't know if there would be any interest there just because of the fact that they had interest before.
You know what the Bengals could do with that extra money they saved by cutting Zach Moss?
Reinvested in the Browns family fund?
Sure, they could do that. Or they could put it towards paying Saints legend Trey Hendrickson. But
who has now shown up for camp though?
He has shown up for camp. He's a hold in, not a holdout at this point.
Join the Micah Parsons party.
Yep, there you go. We should, I guess, mention briefly the Christian Wilkins story. Have you been following this?
Is this the Vegas Raiders?
So he signed a big deal with the Raiders last offseason, and then last week it was announced that he was being cut by the Raiders, and the Raiders were recouping
$30 million.
Yeah, and then it was a pretty hefty sum, and Wilkins filed a grievance through the NFL Players Association, which obviously that's kind of a poop show right now with the whole.
Who knows if we'll ever find out what happened from those?
Yeah, I mean, so the executive director resigned. The whatever J.C. Tretter's title was, he resigned.
More like J.C. Trader, if you ask me.
Yeah. That was a whole weird thing, man. But let's if we want to, I've been meaning to bring this up on the show, but I was just reminded of it. The NFL has started releasing the top 100 players list. So they've been doing this periodically.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that just sounded funny the way I said it. Periodically on Twitter. So like every day they basically like, hey, player number whatever is this person. If I want to go real quick through, just kind of, has any of these names caught your eye? I know Dak's already been listed, right?
I never give. I don't. The very old man yells at cloud. I don't care. I don't care about your stupid list.
Alrighty.
Not your stupid list, Paul. I don't care about their stupid list.
My stupid lists are okay.
Your lists are fine. Your stupid lists are fine.
I'm just looking through. I just see Tua Tagovailoa is number 91. James Cook, who's currently holding out with the Bills, he's 89.
That's old.
Yeah, it is old. Where was Dak? He was in like the 70s, wasn't he?
Something like that.
Let's see. Yeah, Dak Prescott, 79. Ranked ahead of Dak Prescott, Khalil Mack, T. Higgins, Vita Vea, Patrick Queen, Bobby Wagner, Christian McCaffrey.
Is Patrick Queen still good anymore?
Apparently he is the 75th best player in the NFL. According to How about Sam Darnold coming in at 72 ahead of Dak?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't come back to haunt Mr. Darnold. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking through just to see if we find any. Jordan.
I mean, good for Sam Darnold that he resurrected his career, but I'm curious about how that looks in Seattle this year because I am a little skeptical.
Here's some other quarterbacks. 68, Jordan Love. At 64, Bo Nix. Bijan Robinson at 62.
Wait, whoa.
What?
You didn't hear about this whole scandal. It's Bijan.
Okay. I did see something about.
Yeah, it's not Bijan. It's not Bijan mustard. It's Bijan.
Bijan. Okay. My apologies.
Even though he has his own Dijon mustard.
Maybe that's why we're mispronouncing it. Bijan.
Maybe it's your fault.
Well,
who put out the mustard?
My apologies, Bijan. Matthew Stafford, 59. Joe Mixon, 58. So the Texans had 11 players on the PUP list when they started camp or something, and he was one of them. I don't know what's going on with the Texans there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Justin Herbert, 56.
Justin Hebert.
No, not Hebert. Herbert. Herbert. And then the most recent reveal was number 55, Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions. So congratulations to all those that got listed. No, I did not see any Saints. We probably won't see any Saints. Maybe next year.
Maybe next time.
We'll see some Saints. Maybe next time. We'll see
Alvin
some
Kamara.
I'm guessing Micah's going to be in the top.
Yeah, he'll be up there.
He got to be up there, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Speaking of Bo Nix, their NFL Network is now at Broncos camp. A lot of buzz around the Broncos. A lot of buzz. We'll see. We'll see what you and I think about it.
I have finished going through their schedule. I do have a record for them.
Okay. Let's not spoil. That will be the last division. That'll be the last division that we. One of the last divisions.
Yeah, the West.
We'll go West last. Yeah, we'll go West last.
You You were probably too old for the SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, it was a little past my My kids are into it.
So one of the very first episodes was they were looking for treasure, and so they were following this treasure map, and it's like we take 10,000 steps east, and so like they do the 10,000 steps, and then they're like dying. It's like, where's the X? And he's like, we took 10,000 steps east, and Patrick goes, oh, east. I thought you said west. It's like, what kind of compass are you reading? He's like, Patrick, you idiot, that's west. Yeah,
one of my favorite.
I need to get you onto the early first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, because the first 3 seasons are actually hilarious. Even to
Well, I know one of the voices is I think the voice of Mr. Krabs is Clancy Brown, who's from he was in Shawshank. He's like the lead guard in Shawshank Redemption, the one that threatens to throw Tim Robbins off the roof, and then Tim Robbins is like, well, I can help you with your taxes or whatever. I know that. And then I think the voice of Patrick is the guy from Coach.
Yeah, Dauber
From Coach. Yeah.
SpongeBob.
And then, but remind me, who's SpongeBob?
SpongeBob is Tom Kenny, who is also he's done a lot of different things. Did you ever see Powerpuff Girls?
Yes. Yeah.
He was the mayor.
They were They used to come on TBS around the same time as baseball or wrestling.
Yeah.
When I was, I'd watch.
So he's been in a lot of different things. I think his name's Tom Kenny.
Okay. Sorry, so they're at Texans camp now, the NFL Network. And there's a stat up here. It says the Texans are the only active franchise to not appear in a conference championship.
That's impressive.
Does that sound right?
Does
that sound right?
The Lions have.
I guess
Cleveland
the Browns.
I mean, yeah, they did.
The old Browns.
Yeah,
the old Browns. Yeah.
Ernest Biner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Lions have now because they blew that game against San Francisco.
Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had. Yeah, the Jaguars did. They made it their first or second year.
Well, they also
Tennessee.
Made it one time with that
Bortles.
1 year against the Patriots where they lost 2017, I think.
That was the year. That was the same year. That was 2017. Yeah, because that was the same year as the Minneapolis Miracle.
That's right.
Because I remember there was this image of the Final Four quarterbacks, and it's like Case Keenum, Nick Foles, Blake Bortles, and Tom Brady. It's like, which one of these is not like the other? Oh man, I remember I should also, on the 32 fans, Alex, one of the hosts, is a Vikings fan. So it feels like every year I'm on the show, he brings up the Minneapolis Miracle or. No.
Do the Saints have any sort of thing that you can fool?
Well, I mean
why don't you just tell
the 2009 NFC Championship game?
That's what you should bring up next time.
I do every once in a while. I do.
Yeah.
He
so the Minneapolis Miracle. I'll put a hit out on you. I'm gonna call. What was the guy? Who was the player that was like? Oh gosh, where's my money?
Yeah, I was gonna call Anthony Hargrove. I'm gonna call Anthony Hargrove. I thought we were gonna have another Travis Meadows situation on our hands there. If I could come up with that name. Any other news from around the NFL?
I don't think so.
Okay, Brandon. Well, it's warming up in Houston. Still a little warm. I'm sitting under a vent though, so I think I feel a draft.
I feel a draft. Do we have a topic for this?
I don't think we do. But we'll figure something. Let's play Immaculate Grid at least. And
okay.
maybe something we'll get inspired. Something
Something will pop up.
will pop up. Oh, I forgot C.J. Gardner Johnson's with the Texans though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did they trade for him? He wasn't a free
They did.
Yeah, it wasn't
That was
free agent
Kenyon.
straight up.
They traded Kenyon Green to the Eagles for C.J. Gardner Johnson.
The Texans
Apparently,
can I tell you the Texans have had the dumbest offseason.
yeah.
I don't. What is your plan? Like, I don't get it at all.
Have you been keeping up with the Saints offseason by any chance? Because that was pretty bad.
Fair. I mean, but you did get rid of Derek Carr, so that's like a net positive.
But they really didn't. Like they fell ass backwards into that because the Carr just retired. Like that was.
Hey, you take the wins where you can, dude.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we'll figure out a draft topic here in a minute. But if nothing else, we'll play Immaculate Grid number 742. Our rows are the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants. You love this game already, Brandon. And the Denver Broncos. Our columns are the Washington Commanders. So all three Cowboy rival NFC East rivals are on this grid.
Yeah, and we're not on here.
And you're not. The Miami Dolphins is the second column. And then the third column, a new category, a relatively new category, 20 or more passing touchdowns in a season. So do we want to play regular rules or bizarro rules here?
Yeah, let's just go regular.
Regular rules. Okay. So we'll do low score. We flipping a coin. How we decide who goes first?
Pick odds or evens. We'll do the random number generator again.
All right. I will go odds.
Number is 60.
That is not an odd.
That is not an odd.
So you will get to kick off here.
I will go first this time. All right, we're going to start bottom left corner. Washington, Denver.
Okay.
I'm going to go Capri Bibbs.
Okay.
0.2%.
So I'm going to check. I have a standard go-to on this, but I know it's going to be more than 0.2%. I don't think I'm going to be able to best you here. Well, let me try this. I'm going to go with a legend of Tulane University. I'm going to go with Patrick. Well, hold on. Let me make sure I got the right square here. Patrick Ramsey. 0.6%.
No, not bad.
So, yeah, gave it a fighting effort there. My usual Washington, Denver is Mark Schlereth, but I knew that would be
that one
too
would
much.
get you.
That'd be too much. All right, is it to me?
You're up, Paul.
Let's stick with the Broncos, but let's go to the 20 or more touchdown passes in a season. I'm pretty sure I couldn't use Patrick Ramsey for that. But let's see here. Obviously, we have the usual suspects, the Elways, the Mannings.
Mm-hmm.
But the name I'm going to go with, or I'm going to try to go with here. Okay, I can't use that one. I was going to try to use Trevor Siemian, but he didn't quite get to.
I don't think he got there.
He was 18 was his max. Let's go with Cowboy legend Kyle Orton. 5%.
Okay. I am going. Okay, there's two guys that I've got here. Let's go. I'm going to go Jake Plummer.
Jake the Snake.
11%.
Okay, so I'll get that one. So we're tied at 1 here.
Yep.
And the pick is to you, sir.
All right, let's go with. Okay, let's go Eagles 20+ passing touchdowns.
All right.
Randall Cunningham.
Cowboy legend.
Cowboy legend. 11%.
That's low. I thought it'd be way higher than that.
I figured that there's going to be like. I mean, I figured Jalen's probably the highest, and then and then McNabb. Those are going to be your two big ones, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. So it's Eagles 20 or more passing touchdowns. I'm gonna go Jaws. Round Jaworski.
I just thought he might be bigger because of the ESPN connection.
Yeah, 9%. What was yours?
11.
Yeah. So we also could have gone Carson Wentz, Nick Foles.
Yep.
One of those. Okay, so it's the point is to me here.
Yep. Choice now.
So I will go. Let's just finish up that 20 or more passing touchdown column. Let's go with the New York Football Giants. And can I use? Nope, I can't. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with Saints legend, Kerry Collins.
Oh, man. That's who I was going to use.
9%.
Okay.
While you're contemplating there, I was hoping to use on either the Eagles or the Broncos for 20 more. I was hoping to use Bubby Brister, but I guess he just didn't.
Yeah, he didn't throw enough, did he?
Yeah, guess not. He stuck around the league long enough. He just never got to.
Hold on a sec.
Excuse me. I will hold.
Please hold.
I will hold. While Brandon is contemplating, I will let him know that the Rangers are up 2-1, top of the 7th against the Angels.
Oh, I am aware.
The Athletics are up 4-1, bottom of the 5th against the Mariners.
Okay.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
You ever heard of a quarterback by the name of Y. Tittle?
I have heard of Y. Tittle.
4%.
Yeah, you win that one.
What was yours?
9.
Okay.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, I was like, there's one of the like old quarterbacks. I was like trying to come up with the name, and I couldn't. I was like, it's not Sid Luckman. Sid Luckman was with the Bears.
You had a Travis Meadows situation.
Yeah, I did have a Travis Meadows. All right, so
could you have used Fran Tarkington? Yeah, Fran Tarkington would have been. Or Earl Morrell, or what was this other one here? I just saw Charlie Connolly. So you got a couple options here.
Okay.
All right, whose turn is it? Yours?
I'm up. I'm going to go. Let's go. Okay, Dolphins, Broncos.
Okay.
Steve DeBerg.
Mr. DeBerg. Oh, I meant to mention to you the other day. I saw. Now I can't remember what movie it was, but I saw a movie that John Houseman was in.
Oh.
And that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh.
Alec Berg?
I thought of, this guy's got a John Houseman name.
Okay, 0.5%.
For Mr. DeBerg.
For Mr. DeBerg.
All right, let's see what we can scramble together here. It's going to be tough to beat. We could use Jay Cutler. That's probably going to be too high.
Mm-hmm.
Could use
Wasn't there another quarterback that played for both of them?
there's a couple, but I think
Greasy.
Yeah. Let me try. No, that's gonna be too. That's gonna be too high. I think. Let's go. I'm just gonna take a shot. Teddy Bridgewater, Saints legend.
Teddy B.
6% for Mr. Bridgewater.
All right, I've got.
That gives.
I have a 3-2 lead. The board is to you.
Okay. Board is to me. Let's stick with the Dolphins. Let's go up to the Eagles there. So Dolphins, Eagles, right? That's the Dolphins, Eagles. And I'm going to go, could I use Saints legend? Can I?
I don't think I have a good
Could
one
it
for
be?
this one.
Could it be? I don't think I can use this guy. No. Did he not play for the Dolphins? Maybe he did. Oh, he did. Okay. All right. I'm going to use Saints legend Kiko Alonso. 10%.
Okay, I'm going to go. This is the only guy that comes to mind right now. I think he's a Super Bowl champion with the Eagles.
Okay.
Jay Ajayi.
Oh, running back, right?
Whoa, 42%.
Jeez.
I wasn't expecting
Yikes.
that. Woof.
Say hello. Say hello, Mr. Ajayi.
Gosh.
All right. I will take that. I will take.
Was not expecting that. That one to
It's
pop
great.
up.
All right.
Okay, board's
Return.
now.
Your board is to you. Yep. We got 3. We're tied at 3. We got 3 left. So.
Okay, I'm going to go Miami, New York.
Yep.
We're going to go with. Let me make sure I'm spelling his name right. University of Memphis legend,
Okay.
Bobby McCain.
Not Bobby Bear.
I said Dolphins Giants, right?
You did, yes.
Okay. 0.2%.
Okay. Go with another Saints legend here. Sammy Knight.
Oh, Sammy Coates.
Sammy Knight, 0.1%.
Ah.
Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate you. All right, we got 2 spots left here. It's an all NFC East affair here. So let's start with the. I guess we'll do Giants Commanders to start. We'll save the 2 NFC Championship teams for last. Giants Commanders. There's a UT. There's a Longhorn legend I could use here, but that's going to be too high of a score, I believe. I think it's a couple of. I'm going to go. I am going to use a Cowboy legend. Alfred Morris. 14%.
Ooh.
That sucks. I didn't realize he played for the Giants. I just learned that.
Let's see.
I could. Nah, I can't. Wait. I'm up 4-3.
You are.
Okay, so I could
You
lock
could
it
clinch
down
it here.
with this one. I don't think I will, but I could.
Oh. Friend of the show. Not friend of the show, but one of our fan favorites.
Okay, it's like we have a friend. Did Landon from Locked On Cowboys play for the
Mr. Richard Shiner?
Oh,
0.6%.
Of course. Oh man, it's been too long.
And so I have control of the last square here for the tie.
Yeah, so hang on. So real quick, my total score, let me do some quick math here. 18, 23, 33.
Oh, you're going to crush me in total score. You're going to beat me by you're going to beat my Jay square with your whole.
So my score is 53. So it's like 53, 54 right now. The reason I bring this up is because what I could theoretically do is you name a player, I could just take that player.
No, but then you can see the square, remember?
I do, which would be a tie.
No, if you can see the square, it would be 5-4 me.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
We'd have to tie on the square to be it.
Yeah.
Because
never mind.
I think I've got you here because I was hoping you wouldn't use this player for Giants Commanders because you can also use him here. I have played for every NFC East team. Another Cowboy legend, Jose Cortez. Come on down.
Out of bounds.
I was like praying. I was like, don't. And then I was like, I got to come up with somebody else for Giants.
I forgot about Jose.
Jose Cortez, 0.1%.
Jose, can you see? I really screwed up there.
Whew.
Wait, I can't. No, I guess I can't use. Richard Shiner never played for the Eagles, did he?
He did not play for the Eagles. He only played for Washington and New York in the NFC East.
That
screwed me again, Costanza.
Screwed me again, Costanza. You know what? What the hell? I'll just go with the SFA legend, Jeremiah Trotter.
Oh, there you go.
There's no way he's going to beat that score. Axum Jacks.
Wasn't that his celebration too? Wasn't it chopping down the?
Yeah, I think he did the.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2% for Mr. Trotter.
Whew.
A noble effort, but
excellent, great comeback on my part, I believe.
Yeah, I ended up with 55 as my total score.
I had a great score, Paul.
What was it? 69?
69.
Nice.
Yeah,
so Jay Ajayi, top score for Eagles Dolphins.
Nailed it.
Donovan McNabb, top score for Eagles Commanders and also Eagles 20 or more passing touchdowns. The Manning brothers, Eli and Peyton, top scorers respectively for Giants and Broncos, 20 or more passing touchdowns. Giants Dolphins, Odell Beckham Jr., who is still without a team as we talk on this day.
Just like Amari Cooper.
Broncos Dolphins, top scorer is Jay Cutler. Broncos Commanders, top scorer Clinton Portis. And Giants Commanders, top scorer is Landon Collins. So what is it? Is that 2 in a row for you?
Did I win last week?
Did I don't remember who won last week. Did I win? I don't remember.
No, I think you won last week.
Okay, because I had one. I had one. Well, I had won 3 in a row at one point, but only 2 counted because the audio
only
got
2 were
cut
on
for,
tape.
Yeah.
And then I had one that I like eked out with like a last second.
Oh right, yeah, right. That's right.
Kind of like this one.
It's literally, it was the last square, and I was like, all right, 0.2%, I got it. And you came out with somebody who was like 0.1%. Oh man, come on.
It was who? It was somebody who. It was the other.
It was Travis Meadows, right?
It was Travis Meadows. It was the who was that safety? It was the other McCourty brother.
Right, it was Jason.
Jason McCourty.
It was Jason, yeah.
The other McCourty.
That's right.
Okay, what will we be drafting, Paul?
I don't know. Do you want to? So,
I think I got something.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's draft our favorite like game memories of like watching a game that you had. Like, I'll draft my favorite Cowboys games. You draft your favorite Saints games.
Yeah, that works. The other one I was going to say, we mentioned, if you want to do this, we could do this too. I talked about, because we did a bucket list a couple weeks ago, and I had mentioned about game or sporting event you wish you had attended. So like something that actually had happened. So like a historical
I think I would
event.
I would need time to think about that one.
Okay. Well, we can do this then. We'll just do favorite games that we've seen.
Okay.
So you get to go first here.
So this was around the time when the Cowboys were actually. Well, no, I'm going to lead off with the Super Bowl. I'm going to take Super Bowl 30, which is the Cowboys beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Larry Brown, the Super Bowl MVP, because I remember watching that very vividly at my grandparents' house. Game was still up in the air until the end when the Steelers had the ball with a chance to kind of drive down and take the lead. Larry Brown intercepts it, runs it back, sets up the clinching touchdown. I still remember they announced that Larry Brown was the MVP, and my Aunt Joyce was saying, "Well, they better have named him MVP." It's just still like just such a vivid memory. So I'm going to take Super Bowl 30 to lead off.
Shouldn't Neil O'Donnell have been MVP for the Cowboys?
True. They said that like the Steelers when they were like they said that like when they got to the huddle, you could see how nervous he was in the huddle. He was like tensed up and everything. They're like, "Oh, this is not going to go."
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
All right, so I guess since you started with Super Bowl, I'll start with the only Super Bowl the Saints have been in. But they won it. So Super Bowl 44, I remember. So I think I've told the story on the show, but my wife and I, that season, we had just started dating. And that season we would either go to Bullfrogs, which was the local bar in Nacogdoches, or we would order Wingstop for the game. So for the Super Bowl, ordered Wingstop. I had to go pick it up because they were not accepting online orders that day, which I found out just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, let me go ahead and put our order in early just in case. And when I went to put it in, it's like, yeah, we're not doing online orders today. You got to come in. So I watched the national anthem of that Super Bowl at Wingstop. And luckily enough, was able to get my food and get back to the apartment before the game kicked off. But I remember getting settled in. You know, the first half was it's like, okay, let's just hang on. Let's just not get blown out. And then getting settled in for the second half, it was kind of, all right, let's see what happens. And the onside kick, ambush, whatever you want to call it, happens. And I just remember thinking, like, wait, what's going on? Like, why are they, what are they doing? What's going on here? No, because I kind of turned away, and then when I look back at the screen, I just see this pile forming, and I'm like, did the kicker fall down? And like did the so and then I just remember thinking like, oh man, we actually got a shot, And then of course, Manning has the ball. They're down a touchdown. They're driving. It's like, okay, well, here we go. We have seen this movie before. And Tracy Porter just steps in front of that slant pass, picks it off. And I just remember jumping. I've never jumped that high in my life before or after. I was like, I just remember yelling, "No flag, no flag," because if you go back and watch the play, the late great Will Smith, it looks like he does a block in the back on Manning on the return, but they didn't call it. And I just remember thinking like, holy crap, like this is going to happen. And it did. Obviously tainted a little bit with the Bounty Gate stuff, but
that's for me, like I don't consider that Super Bowl in my mind isn't like tainted. Like there's another championship of one of your teams that I would consider much more tainted.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, so I'll go Super Bowl 44, and then for my second pick, I'll go the dome coming, or the first game after Katrina. I think I've talked about this too before. By this point in my Saints fandom, I was definitely it was definitely up in the air whether I was going to keep. Not just because of Katrina, it was just like I didn't know if the team was going to stay in New Orleans.
Right.
Like there was talk of them moving. Obviously, even before Katrina, things hadn't been going great. And I just remember that season, they started 2-0. They had 2 road games, and then that game Monday night, I just remember sitting and watching it, and it's like
Tony Kornheiser in the booth.
Tony Kornheiser in the booth. I just remember thinking like something's different. Like something just feels. And when Steve Gleason blocked that punt, I just remember the Mike Tirico, I think, was the lead color commentator. I just remember them not talking for.
You couldn't. They said like you could not. Like Kornheiser talks about that every now and then. It's like so loud that you like.
Yeah, they just let it go. They just let it go. And I've heard that. And then I think we talked about this with Chris Berman when he was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. He told a story about on the pregame show saying the 72 Steelers couldn't win here tonight, or the whatever it was, 76 Steelers, whatever it was.
72 Dolphins.
But yeah, 72 Dolphins was what I was mixing up with. But yeah, so that'll be my first 2 picks. So Super Bowl 44 and the dome coming.
I'm gonna take some really stupid games in here just because they're fun.
Okay. Yeah.
One of mine is this is the 1999 season opener.
Okay.
This was in Washington against the Redskins, and so the Redskins are up 21 points in the fourth quarter, and I want to say I can't remember. I want to say it was Gus Frerotte at that point.
Oh God, Gus Frerotte.
Was it? I'm gonna have to look up who was starting in this game, but he's like shooting off finger guns. They're up 21 points in the fourth quarter, and Dallas just comes like storming back, get the game to overtime, and then they had run this play earlier in the game. It was like a slant and go, like a slow go route to Rocket Ismail, and Aikman just kind of overthrew him, and so they get the look again, and Aikman like calls it, and then just like because Dallas gets the first kickoff, he fires it in, and like Ishmael's gone. Like he is a rocket at that point. Okay, it wasn't Farad because he wasn't the start. He had left Washington the year before. Maybe it was Jeff George.
Maybe. Yeah.
But 99. No, he was in Minnesota. And so anyway, so Ishmael ends up taking it to the house. 21-point comeback in the fourth quarter. You ruin your like hated rivals opening game at their place. And so that's one of my favorite ones. The other was a 2009 playoff game, the wild card game. So the Cowboys played the so to get into the playoffs, they had played Washington one week. They had shut Washington out. They played Philadelphia the next week, shut the Eagles out, and then the next week in the playoffs, it was like a back-to-back week because the Eagles, that last Eagles game was to decide who would win the division and get the home field advantage. So Dallas Dallas shuts Philly out on like that last game to win the division, get the home field advantage for the playoff game. And this is when Mike Vick is still like, he had like just come to the Eagles. There's one play where he fumbled the ball and he was going down for it, and you could see like he didn't want to like extend his arms to reach for the ball, so the Cowboys pulled it out. Like they just like beat the teeth into the Eagles that night. And that was like I had just graduated from college, and like I was having trouble finding a job and stuff, and so like it was kind of a downtime, and so like having the Cowboys like actually beat the Eagles like that was just like an emotional boost. Like I kind of needed that. So
they also ended a certain team's undefeated season that year.
Oh yeah, that's right, Mr. DeMarcus Ware. Maybe that'll make it into the list.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead of you.
Oh, that's a good idea, Paul. What a great. So the 2009 wild card win against the Eagles will go in there. All right, Paul, you got your last two picks.
Oh, did you make two?
I did. 99 season opener against the Washington.
Okay. So far I've got the Super Bowl and I've got the Dome. The Dome coming. I'm going to go with. I'm looking up. I'm trying to remember this game came up. So okay, I'll start with this first one because I know what 2009 season. It was a game against the Washington, whatever they were called at that time, and this game was. So up to this point in the season, the Saints had, we'd had comeback victories. Like we had a game against Miami where we were down at halftime, had to come back and win. But this game with Washington was like the first real okay, we might actually lose this game. And there was a play at one point. So we're down 10-0 after the first quarter. We rally back. We tied at 17. Washington goes up 27-20 at the end of the third. And then there's a play. Let me find it here. I think it's in the fourth quarter where, and I think I've talked about this play on the show before. Actually, no, it's right before halftime. Sorry. This play right before halftime where Breeze is dropping back. Kind of stumbles. He throws it up. LaRon Landry intercepts it. As LaRon Landry is running the ball back, Robert Meacham comes over and just takes the ball from him. Just literally strip sack, catches it, and runs it back for a touchdown.
Uh-huh.
It officially goes down as a 44-yard offensive fumble return for a touchdown. And that tied the game at 17.
I sent you. I don't know if you mentioned this because I was looking up the quarterback, but did you mention that I just sent you this recently?
I think you did. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, this is. You did. Yeah, and I remember because the other thing about that. So that happens. Well, then the Redskins, as they were called at the time, they take the lead. They go back, take the lead. By the way, the quarterback. The quarterback for Washington was at the time. Jason Campbell.
Oh, I remember it. Jason Campbell.
So they take the lead back. The Saints get a 53-yard touchdown pass, Breeze to Meacham. They tie it at 30, go to overtime.
I remember there was something weird that happened in overtime where the Saints ended up with like a chip shot field goal to win it. I just remember like at the end of the game, we were watching it at Bullfrogs, and Hartley kicks the field goal. Saints win. I looked at my wife and said, "Let's get the hell out of here." I feel like I just stole something from because it was one of those games. It was like there's no reason why the Saints should have won that game, and just everything fell into place kind of for them. The other game, I'm going to have to find this. Just give me a second.
It was 2009.
2009, yeah, against Washington.
So I found the quarterback for Washington in that 2000 for that 1999 season opener. It was Cowboys legend Brad Johnson.
Okay. Oh God. All right, this one. Brad Johnson. God bless him, wherever he is. Super Bowl champion Brad Johnson.
That's true.
For the record. Okay, this is from the 2015 season. I'm trying to find the week, but I don't know if I can track that down. It was November 1st, 2015. It was Saints-Giants. Final score of this game was 52-49 Saints. In this game, Breeze and Eli Manning threw for a combined 13 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Both interceptions were by Breeze. Breeze threw for 505 yards. Manning threw for 350 yards. So this was definitely a defense optional affair.
As many of the Saints games of that era were.
Right. So at halftime it was 28-21 New Orleans. Then the second half started with Giants touchdown, Saints touchdown, Giants fumble, Saints interception, Giants punt, Saints touchdown, 42-28. Giants touchdown, Saints punt, Giants touchdown again, 42 all. Then Breeze throws a pick six to Tremaine McBride. That makes it 49-42. Saints come back, get a touchdown drive. Breeze to C.J. Spiller. There's a name from the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then that ties it. They kick a field goal right before the end of the game. So I just remember that game.
2015.
This is 2015. I don't remember what week it was, but it was 2015. I can look up hang on. I'll look up what but yeah, this was it's one of those games where it's like really? We're just gonna this is how it's gonna be? That would have been week 8. Yeah, week 8. The Saints would go on to miss the playoffs that year. They finished 7-9. It was one of those that was right before the last resurgence, which started in kind of 2017 when Dennis Allen. I want to say 2015 was the year Dennis Allen took over as coordinator for Rob Ryan midway through the season. But anyway, yeah. So that's my last pick. That I don't know if I had a lot of fun watching that game. It was fun because they won.
Right.
If they hadn't won that game, I probably wouldn't be talking about it right now. But yeah. So you got your last pick here.
Yep, I'm going to take a Monday night game, 2007, in Buffalo. Speaking of games that I didn't have a lot of fun watching.
Okay.
Monday night game, it was the first time the Bills had a home Monday night game in years. And so the fans were super riled up. Tony Romo turned the ball over 5 times in this game.
All right.
So they started out down 7-0 because the Bills had an interception return for a touchdown. tied it back up. There was another interception in the end zone for another touchdown. So they were up 17-7 at that point. Terrence McGee returned a kickoff 103 yards to put them up 24-13 with 8:48 left in the third quarter.
Northwestern State legend Terrence McGee.
And so Nick Folk kicked a field goal to make it 16-24 with 14:47 left in the fourth. Patrick Creighton scores to make it 22-24. The 2-point conversion is dropped by Terrell Owens. So it's 24-22. So the Cowboys have to onside kick it. They recover the onside kick.
Okay.
And Nick Folk kicks not once but twice because they called a timeout after he kicked it the first time and made it.
Yeah.
A 53-yarder to win it 25-24.
Wow.
Just an unbelievable you could tell that was like the best version of that team that Parcells had because 2006 had ended with the Seattle fumble and Parcells retired because he's like, I can't take this. And so Wade Phillips came in and took over. And so that team was stacked. And they started out 5-0 before they played the Patriots, who were also 5-0 at that point in 2007, because this was the year they went 16-0. And so right, yeah. Yeah, so Dallas started the season 12-1. But this you could tell that they were special just because they played awful the entire game and then still managed to win.
Well, that's how the Saints were in 2009, where they would have these games where it's how the hell, that Washington game, how the hell did they win this game? Yeah, I'm looking at the Cowboys right now. They beat they started 5-0, lost to the Patriots, then racked up 7 wins in a row, lost to the Eagles, beat Carolina 13-2, and then lost to Washington last game of the year, and then lost. Just their season ended the same way the Patriots did, losing to the Giants.
Yep.
So
that game got off to a bad start. It's very ominous.
The playoff game.
Yeah. So they called DeMarcus Ware for offsides that. They got the stop. The Giants got the ball first, and the Cowboys got a stop on third down. But DeMarcus Ware got called for this phantom offsides call. Just because he was off the ball so fast. He wasn't offsides. Oh. And so, they called it back, and then the Giants got it and then, went down and scored. And so, stupid official.
So, I'm looking at your leading receivers from that year for the Cowboys. T.O., Jason Witten. How about Sam Hurd?
Ooh.
Marion Barber III.
Yep.
Julius Jones, Anthony Fasano.
Oh, Terry Glenn was on this team too.
Little Miles Austin thrown in there.
Oh, R.W. McQuarters.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. Marion Barber III, not quite 1,000 yards. Came up just short. Rushing, I should say.
And that's the thing is, Julius Jones was the starter, but once the Cowboys had a lead, they would put Barber in to close out the games, and then he would just punch people in the helmet as he was running.
Was Barber the one that had that crazy run where they backed him up all the way to the end zone, and then he broke free and got
That was that season against the Patriots.
Okay. Yeah. All right, buddy. So did you make all your picks?
Yep, that's it.
All right, so recap? Well, you go first. I got to pull mine up.
All right, so I went first. I took Super Bowl 30, the 1999 season opener, the 2009 wild card win against the Eagles, and the 2007 Monday night game against the Buffalo Bills.
I went second, and I chose Super Bowl 44, the Dome coming, the first home game in 2006 after Katrina. The 2009 game at Washington, and the 2015 Week 8 game against the Giants, where defense was very much optional. All right, buddy. So, made it through another week. Next week, we will start division previews. So, We're going to do the East, AFC and NFC East. We'll talk about next week kind of the lay of the land, how we do. So I guess we haven't talked about this, but when we do divisional previews, I don't guess we'll be doing drafts and all that.
No, I think we'll just stick
so
to
probably
the football.
just stick to the. We'll probably still do our little, talk about other things at the beginning, but then we'll try to keep it mostly to divisional previews. We could talk about this offline, but I did come up with something I think we can do in terms of ranking the teams as we go. So
Okay.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that offline. But so we'll do East next week, and then we'll do the South, and then the North, and then the West. The order of operations as it goes. Actually, no, North, South, then the West. We'll do North before, because North N comes before S, Paul.
I believe that is how the alphabet works.
Yeah, so we'll do East, North, South, West. Okay. All right, but until then, happy football, everybody.
Happy football.